When you're building a new website, your to-do list is packed with content creation and product development. It is incredibly common to push legal pages to the very bottom of that pile, but launching without them introduces a hidden vulnerability that can stall your entire business before it even gets going. This chart shows consumer trust levels, and the drop-off is severe. Data from Cisco shows that 95% of consumers will completely walk away from a brand if they suspect their personal information isn't being protected. And human visitors aren't the only ones checking your credentials. Search engines actively evaluate your site's data practices before they decide where you rank in the search results. Google uses a grading rubric known as EEAT. That stands for Experience, Expertise, Authoritativeness, and Trustworthiness. Nothing damages that final metric faster than a site that collects user data without explaining exactly how it's used. Over the next 6 minutes, we are going to fix that. You will learn how to generate and publish the 3 essential legal pages you need to secure your site and signal to search engines that you play by the rules. To complete this process, you need 3 things ready to go: access to your active website builder, a list of the third-party tools you use, like Google Analytics or MailChimp, and a list of any affiliate programs you belong to. Treating these pages as a competitive advantage instead of a last-minute chore is how you prove you belong in that trusted 5%. Step 1 is identifying the specific protections your site actually needs. A fully compliant website requires 3 distinct legal documents to function properly. First is the privacy policy. This document is entirely about protecting your visitor. It dictates exactly how you collect and manage their email addresses, names, and the tracking cookies running in the background. Second is the disclaimer. This one protects you. It limits your personal liability by stating that your advice does not guarantee specific results, ensuring you aren't held legally responsible for what users do with your content. Finally, the terms and conditions. Think of this as your house rules. It outlines acceptable user conduct and asserts your intellectual property rights over the content you've created. Without all 3 pages working in tandem, you leave a gap in your defenses. Either your user's data is at risk, or your own livelihood remains exposed to unnecessary liability. You do not need a law degree to draft these pages from scratch. The most efficient route is to use an automated policy generator or purchase plug-and-play legal templates written by actual attorneys. Tools like Termly simplify the process by asking you a series of plain English questions about your business. It uses your answers to automatically build a custom legal framework tailored to your specific setup. That brings us to a major pitfall. To save time, many new creators simply find a site similar to theirs and copy the text of their legal pages. Do not do this. First, legal pages are written works.
Taking them without permission is a direct copyright violation of another creator's intellectual property. Second, it makes your policies factually inaccurate. If you copy a policy that says you don't use tracking cookies, but your WordPress site actually does, your policy is legally useless. Third, search engines are highly efficient at spotting duplicate content. Google's algorithms will actively penalize your site for copying text, burying your pages in the search rankings. Stealing a privacy policy triggers copyright, technical, and SEO penalties all at once. Having a copied policy is functionally worse than having no policy at all. Once your documents are generated, you need to audit them. Before you hit publish, verify that your pages contain a few specific, non-negotiable clauses. Check your privacy policy to ensure it explicitly lists every third-party tool that processes your data. If you use Stripe for payments or MailChimp to send newsletters, they must be named. Next, look at your disclaimer. Confirm you have an errors and omissions clause. This protects you from liability if someone acts on a typo or a piece of outdated information on your site. Finally, verify your FTC affiliate disclosure is present. Google actively scans for this exact transparency clause to confirm your site is an authoritative source rather than spam. Passing this internal audit guarantees your generated documents are actually armed and ready to protect your business instead of just taking up server space. Generating the pages is only half the job. If Google's algorithms and human quality raters cannot easily locate these links in standard locations, you won't get credit for them. The universal standard is the site footer. Place the links to your privacy policy, disclaimer, and terms and conditions in your footer menu so they automatically populate on every single page of your website.
Beyond the footer, you should use mini disclaimers. Place a brief affiliate disclosure right at the top of any monetized blog post before the reader clicks any links. You also need to place a brief privacy link immediately adjacent to any data entry points. That includes your email sign-up boxes, your contact forms, and your checkout pages. This strategic placement transforms a static legal document into an active, visible signal of transparency across your entire website ecosystem. Your setup is now complete. Your site has a verified digital handshake with your visitors and a solid foundation of trustworthiness for the search engines. To maintain this setup, review and update these pages at least once a year. You will also need to update them immediately if you adopt a new tracking tool, launch a new product, or if there is a major shift in state or international privacy laws. By clarifying your data practices and setting boundaries today, you have built a permanent insurance policy for your future content and audience building. With your liability officially limited and your SEO trust established, you are clear to stop worrying about the legalities and get back to scaling your business.